This program is proudly sponsored by JICA Limited.
Good night, Papua New Guinea. I'm Malcolm Waira, and welcome to another episode of Infocus. This year marks 50 years of our relationship with the government and people of Japan, who have supported PNG in various capacities through its Japanese International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, Japan's flagship overseas development assistance program. Joining us in the studio tonight is JICA's Chief Representative, Mr. Hideaki Matsuako. Hideaki, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Firstly, Hideaki, could you give us a bit of historical background of the Japanese International Cooperation Agency?
Yes, Japan's ODA, Official Development Assistance, started in 1954, and then today it covers more than 190 countries in the world. And as for Papua New Guinea, it started in 1974, 1 year prior to the independence of this country. And then the first project was establishment of National Fisheries College in KBN. Yeah. And then last year, 2024, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of Japan's ODA to Papua New Guinea.
What is the core vision of JICA?
Yes, our vision is leading the world with trust. So I say again, leading the world with trust. Yeah, this means that we think trustful relationship among the countries is very important. Unfortunately, today in this world, there are many issues and problems. But what we believe is that establishing the trustful relationship among the countries, we can make this world better. So this is why we have been working in many countries of this world.
Hideaki, what are the different schemes of Japan's overseas development assistance?
Right. Thank you, Malcolm. We have different schemes, in other words, methodologies, like ODA grants, ODA loans, and technical cooperation. For ODA loans and for ODA grants, we mainly focus on infrastructure development, like airports, bridges, and roads. Yeah. On the other hand, for technical cooperation, we focus on human resources development. For example, our main counterparts are government officials. So we cooperate with those government officials and then try to develop their capacities to carry out their various projects.
Now, as I mentioned, the government of Japan initiated the overseas development assistance in PNG in 1974.
Yes.
I think it's over 50 years now that it's been in existence. Through JICA, what are the three priority areas?
Yes. We have three main pillars, in other words, priority areas. The first pillar is strengthening the foundation of economic growth, such as infrastructure development. And also, after construction of those infrastructure, maintenance of those facilities are very important. So we both cooperate in hardware and software works to maintain those infrastructure facilities. And then second pillar is improvement of social services, including health sector and education sector. And then the third pillar is environmental protection, as well as fight against climate change.
It's a good segue into my next question. I understand one of JICA's priorities is the strengthening the foundation of economic growth in PNG. JICA is a significant financer and a development of large-scale infrastructure investment and maintenance. Are you able to briefly provide an update?
Yeah, sure. For infrastructure development, recently one of our achievements is, as you might remember, we supported National Airports Corporation to rehabilitate Nazabu Tomodachi International Airport in Leh. This airport was actually renamed by the idea of your Prime Minister, Honorable James Marape. So tomodachi means friendship in Japanese. So this is why we renamed this airport Nazabu Tomodachi International Airport. So this is one of the examples of our infrastructure development support. But besides it, we also supported Jackson's International Airport, and also wastewater treatment plant in Port Moresby. And also we supported construction of hydropower plants, for example, in Warangoi, Rona, and Yonki. Yeah. And also we supported rehabilitation or construction of hospitals, markets, roads and bridges in many places of this country.
Thank you, Hideaki. We'll now go for a quick break. Join us on the other side for more discussions. Welcome back. You're watching In Focus. Now, Hideaki, in terms of the priority of improvement of social services in education and health respectively, what has been some of the major achievements?
Right. For education, we have been working with the National Department of Education. And then recently, one of our biggest achievements is we developed math and science textbooks for primary school. This is an example of a math textbook we have developed in collaboration with the Department of Education. Yeah, and then we printed them and distributed those textbooks to the whole country. Yeah. Actually, this was the first time for Papua New Guinea to have their own math and science textbooks. Yeah. And then, actually, we put a priority for this education sector because children are our future, and then they will make our countries, and they will make our future. So this is why we think education is very, very important. And for health sector, we have been working with the Department of Health to eliminate lymphatic filariasis in this country. You might know that lymphatic filariasis is a tropical disease transmitted by mosquitoes. And then once you are infected by this disease, your body parts like legs and breasts are deformed, and then it makes you very difficult to carry out a normal life. So this is why we have been cooperating with the Department of Health to eliminate this disease. And recently, we have been also cooperating with WHO as well as USAID for this project. And then another thing I have to mention is that the Japanese company called Eizai Company Limited kindly donates drugs which are necessary for this project for free of charge. Yeah. So in this project, with development partners like WHO, USAID, and also private company collaborating together for the good health of this country.
Now, in terms of the environment and climate change, are there specific programs currently implemented by JICA?
Yes. For climate change, we have been working with the PNG Forest Authority. Then actually there is a regulation called Logging Code of Practice for Sustainable Forest Management. Yeah. And then for this project, we have been collaborating with PNG FA to disseminate this logging code of practice to the whole country by providing training programs to both government officials as well as private logging company employees. And recently, our development partners like European Union and also USAID they have also joined this training program. So now we have been cooperating with those developing partners to for the sustainable use of forest resources of this country. So this means, as you know, forest is very important to mitigate climate change of the whole world. So by doing this sustainable forest management, I think we can also contribute to mitigate climate change. Yeah, so this is one of the projects we are working in this environmental sector. And another project is solid waste management. This is also a very important project. We have been working with the National Capital District as well as the SEPA, Conservation and Environment Protection Authority. What we have been doing is we normally divide solid waste management in 3 stages. The first stage is collection of waste and then bring it to the final disposable site called landfill site. And then second stage is improvement of landfill sites. And then the third stage is 3 R's, so-called 3 R's. 3 R's means reduce, reuse, and recycle of materials. Yeah. And then so far, we have succeeded to this collection of waste and then improvement of landfill site in Port Moresby, Baruni landfill site. Yeah. And then we are now trying to disseminate these good practices in the other cities of this country. For example, Kokopo, Lae, Alotau, and Goroka. Yeah. And then in Port Moresby, we are now trying to promote 3 R's. Yeah. So this is what we have been working in solid waste management. And then, if you allow me, using this opportunity, I'd like to tell everybody watching this TV program, please do not litter and also keep your cities clean. This is very important for each one of them to think about it to make your cities clean.
Thank you, Hideaki. We now go for a quick break. Join us on the other side for more discussions. Welcome back. You're watching In Focus. Still in the studio with us is Mr. Hideaki Matsuako, JICA's Chief Representative. Now, Hideaki, how is JICA aligning its support programs with the government of Papua New Guinea's development plans?
Yes, that is a very important question. Actually, all of our activities are in line with Papua New Guinea's government strategies and policies, such as Vision 2050 and mid-term development plans. I think this is very important. We are assisting the government strategies and policies here, and then the actual ownership is the PNG government. Yeah, and then for this we have been closely working with PNG government organizations and mainly Department of National Planning Monitoring. So this is how we work with the PNG government.
Now, another key aspect of the Japanese Overseas Development Program in PNG is its Japanese Overseas Cooperation Volunteer Program. What have been some of its major achievements?
Right. This JOCB, Japanese Overseas Cooperation Volunteer Program, we have been, actually this started in 1980, and so far we have dispatched more than 800 Japanese volunteers to this country. And then their background is various. For example, some work as school teachers, some work as nurses, some are engineers, and some are even sports masters like karate and judo masters. So they normally work with rural communities of this country and to find solutions to make their lives better. Yeah, so this is how they work. And then, although this JOCB program was suspended during COVID-19 pandemic period, it resumed August 2023. And then now we have 17 JICA volunteers in this country. Some work in Sogeri, some work in Kwikila, and also Alotau, Goroka, and Kokopo, and Rabao. So this is how we work at the grassroots level of this country.
I understand JICA also offers scholarships and training programs. Could you tell us about them?
Yes. We have training programs as well, and so far we have accepted nearly 5,000 Papua New Guinean government officials for training in Japan. And then once again, those areas are various, but those durations vary from a couple of weeks to 2 years as a long term. And for this long-term training program, they normally pursue their master's and doctor's degrees in University of Japan. And so far, we have accepted nearly 100 long-term trainees in Japan. And needless to say, many of them, after coming back to Papua New Guinea, they play very important roles in the government sector. And then not only for their professional career, they also play a very important role to strengthen the relationship between Papua New Guinea and Japan.
Before we go, we look at some of JICA's recent support initiatives and partnerships with Papua New Guinea. A notable example would be the PNG Partnership Compact 2025 to 2028, which is a collaboration between the Papua New Guinea government and JICA, as well as other development partners, to improve the country's education system. The compact was signed on February 5th, 2025. The compact was developed through a collaborative process that started in May 2022. It aligns with the National Education Plan 2020 to 2029 and the Global Partnership for Education Framework. The compact aims to improve the quality of education in Papua New Guinea, as well as support the rollout of the 166 School Restructuring Reform 2024 to 2028.
The agenda for education in Papua New Guinea is very clear. We want to provide quality education to every child and leave no child behind. That is the vision, the mission of our government and our country. And we cannot achieve this without the support of all of us working together in partnership. So we have a vision driven by a number of focus areas. We want to see that and prepare every child to be ready to learn. We want to see teachers ready to teach. We want to see school environments to be ready. We want to see and provide flexible and relevant education pathways for every child, for every student. And we want to ensure that we modernize the management of the education sector. These fundamental focus areas we will help us to achieve our agenda or our top priority of government and department to provide quality education for every child and leaving no child behind. Finally, I thank JICA, who has been the coordinating agency. We have been working towards this partnership compact for 3 years. I challenged them and said, let's be in the first cohort that will be submitting their submissions to the GP board. Well, we did not meet that, but we've been working very hard, and the coordinating agency I'd like to acknowledge for the hard work that you have done to bring all of us together and work through until coming to this stage. So thank you so much.
A port unit is presented as a basic unit of ports in PNG.
On Thursday, 20th February 2025, JICA presented to the Department of Transport a port database workshop under the program Project for Capacity Development of Department of Transport in Port Policy and Administration Phase 2. JICA experts presented the project overview, port information database structure, preliminary analysis of data, and the utilization
of the newly developed port information database base.
Mr. Hideaki Matsuako, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Malcolm.
Well, viewers, that's all the time we have for this edition of Infocus. Do join us again next week, Monday, on our regular time slot of 7 p.m. Till then, bye for now.
This program was proudly sponsored by JICA Limited.